UFC 324, Gaethje versus Pimblet. I'm gonna be giving my picks and shit for this card. This upcoming this Saturday or whatever. Sean O'Malley in the co-main, Sang Yadong as well. Waldo versus Derek, Natalia Silva, Rose, Arnold Allen, Jing, um, Umar, and Figgy for the featured prelim or whatever. Some good fights on here, but I'm gonna be giving my honest opinions. You feel me? All right, so let me start off with this one. Ty Miller, Adam Fugit. I do not remember if I've seen Ty Miller fight before. He might have been on the Contender Series. I'm not sure if he's a little bit more new. I need to check. Yeah, he was. Fuck, I don't even remember watching him. I think I might have seen him fight. His name seems familiar, but Adam Fugit, I think I've seen him fight too. I don't remember when was the last time I saw him fight, but I'm pretty sure he was pretty ass. That's what it was. Wait, no. Paris versus Tyra. Was that not a minute ago? Yeah, that was. So, shit. Damn, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. Who was actually the favorite here? It doesn't say, does it? Alright, whatever. I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. I think I remember Adam Fugit being kind of ass. I mean, Ty Miller might be a little better, just because he's coming in. You know, he's making his debut or whatever, and he's probably more hungry for this shit. So low key, I'm gonna say Ty Miller. But like, does he seem like a finisher? Hold up. Yeah, it is. KO, unanimity. Low key doesn't. Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna just say this full by decision or like knockout. I feel like if I remember correctly, I feel like Fugit might have been chinny or some shit. Like he has some shit that makes him like ass. I feel like, unless I'm remembering wrong, but I don't know. This one's like the first fight, but I'm saying Ty Miller by like decision or some shit, or knockout maybe. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't really seem too good. Yeah, I'm gonna just say Ty Miller for sure. Oh, this one's easy as fuck. So Ricky Turcios and then Cameron Smotherman. I think I seen Cameron Smotherman like fight. I don't even think he was like that ass, but it's just like I don't think he's won yet or some shit like that. He hasn't won in a while, but like fuck that. I'm picking Ricky Turcios. I think there's an easy pick because I think Ricky Turcios is actually kind of talented, but I think he just gets good opponents. If that makes sense. Like I don't think he gets shitty opponents. Like, he does good against shitty opponents, and then this guy just keeps losing. I'm pretty sure. Like let's check his shit. Look. Yeah, two unanimous decision losses. That's pretty bad. He does have a win, but that was like a minute ago. Yeah, that was like a year ago. I don't really think Cameron Smotherman is gonna get that shit done. I feel like Ricky Turcios. Oh, he also has like that like that fool ain't scared of like rush in and like fucking, you know what I mean? Like get in there and shit, like in the clinch and shit, or like just a fucking kind of like trading shots. I don't think he's scared of doing that shit. So I feel like Ricky Turcios is gonna like low key. I don't even gonna lie, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna say he's gonna chin the fuck out of this dude. I'm not even gonna lie, fuck it, bro. Ricky Turcios for sure. Hokit versus Freeman. What the fuck, dude? Freeman looks like my uncle, but actually, hold on. Why does he actually look? He looks like him though. That's kind of crazy. All right. I think I remember him having like a really shitty debut or some shit. I think it was like pretty slow or whatever. But I've been seeing Hokit fight for a while. I think he was on the Contender Series like, maybe like a year ago, or I don't remember if it was this year. But I want to say Josh Hokit by Loki by knockout. I don't even care, bro. Josh Hokit by knockout first round or some shit. Within 2 rounds, he'll knock him the fuck out. And if not, he's gonna win a boring decision either way. I feel like he'll dominate at least the first 2 rounds. But Denzel Freeman, I don't think he's gonna get the shit done. Like I think he had like a good jab or some shit, or like I don't even remember. He has like that slow like whose type of boxing can I compare it to? Like you know Hamdi? Like Hamdi, he has like that like shitty jab and he'll jab for like 3 rounds or whatever and get a decision, but I'm pretty sure Hokit is just gonna get it done with the power. So I'm gonna say Hokit by some like nasty boxing combo or some shit. I don't fucking know. Fuck. This one's actually kind of hard, bro. Unk versus this dude that couldn't really like he stay in the rankings. I'm pretty sure it was. He lost to Cerrone, wasn't it? Was it Cerrone or who did he lose to? Or is it not the same person? Ronaldo. Wait, what the fuck is not the right person? Am I tripping? He lost to Diamond Jack? Nah, I don't know, bruh. Oh wait, this is featherweight. Am I tripping? Yeah, this is featherweight. Wait. Bro, what the hell? Oh, he did lose to Donald, so yeah, I know I wasn't tripping, bro. I know I wasn't tripping. Come on. Yeah, bro. Oh, no, it isn't lightweight. Alright, so low key, I'm not that impressed. I was never that impressed with Alexander Hernandez, even though I think he is kind of on a resurgence or whatever the fuck. Like, I think Michael Johnson just has like that boxing, bro. He has like that jab to the body. You feel me? Like that double jab, one to the body, one to the head type shit. But I think he has improved his game though. Michael Johnson over the many years in the UFC. I feel like he's became a crafty vet somewhat. And Alexander Hernandez is just kind of like he's kind of like a bot. You feel me? Like he's just kind of there, filling in the spot between the ranks and shit, and like between like the ranked like 15 and not really ranked or whatever the fuck. And I don't really think he's that talented. Like I thought he's good. He's kind of like a more shitty version of Ricky Simone, kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like he's not horrible, but he's not like good either. Like he's not significantly good in one spot. But I think Johnson's striking is good and his power is still kind of there. I'm gonna have to say Michael Johnson by probably like a decision or some shit. Probably decision. Um. Oh, another thing to say though, like surprisingly, I don't think his cardio is like that good if I remember correctly. Let me see. Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. I think I do remember Alex Perez fighting, and I can't really remember if he was fucking good or not. Like to be honest, like I can't remember any of his like notable wins off of the top of my head. I know Charles Johnson is. I've watched him fight for a long time. Um, I was about to say though, I think I remember Alex Perez being like kind of shitty, and it just kind of proved me correct right here. Nicolau is literally ass. So I mean, if this guy's losing to these guys, I'm pretty sure this guy's even worse. So yeah, I'm not really impressed, bro. I'm not really impressed. I will say that yeah, Charles Johnson's probably gonna chin him, bro. Like I'm actually kind of worried for Alex Perez. I feel like I did remember seeing him fighting being ass, and I think that's a little bit on the closer side of right. So yeah, I think Charles Johnson by either like a decision, like a dominant decision, probably winning like at least two out of three rounds. But I'm saying Charles Johnson by probably decision. Though I don't know if he'll chin him. It's not impossible for him to chin him, but I will say Charles Johnson by probably decision. But I've got Charles Johnson on there for sure. Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. I like saying his name, but um let's what was I gonna say about this? Nikita Krylov got chinned like 3 times or some shit in like the past like year, or was it 2 or 3 times already? I think it might have been two. Yeah, two. And I don't know. I just don't think he's actually as impressive as people remember him to be. Cause let's look at his shit, right?
Very confident in his abilities.
Bro, why is this playing? All right. Um, you see, okay, he lost to Bodigan. With Bodigan, is lucky buns, bro. He's actually I don't think he's as good as people think he is. Dominic Reyes is pretty buns as well. His both of those guys are kind of like mid. They're like mid tier light heavyweights. They're like you know what I mean. They can't get past like a low 7 spot. You feel me? Like I don't think they're ever gonna be like champs, obviously. Ryan Spann though. That's a good win. I think Ryan Spann got better, but like by sub, I mean that's cool. That's cool. Whatever. Vulcan, cool by decision. Usually everybody just knocks him fuck out. Um, Gus. I mean Gus is a good win, but like at the same time, Gus wasn't even like Loki that good. You know what I mean? Like if you really look at it, he gave John Jones a good fight. And about that's pretty much about it. That's like his highlight of his career is giving John Jones a hard fight. Though I'm not even trying to hate on him. I actually like him. I used to like him a lot, but I just kind of had to realize he's not the best. Paul Craig. And Magomed, you see, so he lost to like, I mean, Paul Craig isn't that elite anymore, but I feel like back then he kind of, you could have said he was a little bit elite, like Paul Craig with the subs and shit. But Magomed, losing to Magomed, that's how you already know, like, Magomed's a real, actually, you know what I mean, like champion level fighter. So losing to him makes sense or whatever. Johnny Walker, it's kind of expected. Johnny Walker's kind of like a mid tier fighter, you know. Glover lost to Glover, who's a decent fighter, not like the best either, but he's decent. To Ovens, by sub, John, he lost. That's what I'm saying. I feel like Nikita was never like he was never like that good, in my opinion. Like I honestly think he was like a little bit overrated, and that's why I mean like the 30 and the 30
What is
record
your
makes him look like
mindset
pretty
when
good.
you're going up
What
to
the fuck,
prepare?
dude? I'm gonna mute this shit. All right, but that's what I mean though. The 30 record kind of makes him seem Like he was pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Or like also like he's Russian and shit, but like he ain't even got the Russian striking or the Russian grappling. And I'm not saying Modescus Bukowskis is over here like the Marauder, you know what I mean? The last Marauder like Benoit or some shit, but like come on, bro. Like I think he's just been putting up like just better shit as of recently, you know? KO, Paul Craig, I mean fuck it, dude. Kurala was a decent win. I think it was pretty boring if I remember correctly. Um some dude called Ref. I don't even know who the fuck those guys are. Marcin. I feel like I remember this maybe, but I don't remember who the fuck that guy is. But either way though, he's just been more active. I feel like, and then it's just you know, he kind of has like the momentum going, and I feel like he's always gonna let this chinny guy stop him. I feel like Modescus Bukowskis is gonna get it done by like boring as decision or like low key like a TKO or some shit. I don't think he has like enough power to like flatline him. I mean, maybe he does. You know, he kind of did flatline. What's his name? Paul Craig, if I remember correctly. But I don't know. I just don't think Nikita Krylov has it anymore. I mean, he's not even that he's washed. Like he's 33 and shit. He still has like the good kicks and shit. But it's just that like I don't know. It just seems like Nikita Krylov is not at that level where he knows how to throw a good combination. Like bro, he's throwing like naked leg kicks and shit, and it's like, come on, bro. Um, he's fighting in the ranks. You know what I'm saying? He's not like this guy was like a like you know what I mean, like a shitty can or some shit. This guy was considered decent or good for his time or whatever, but he's not. His technique just doesn't seem like it's on par with more modern fighters. I feel like he could only hang with the old heads. But I'm gonna say that Modescus Bukowskis by a decision, boring decision, or maybe like a TKO type of thing. I'm not even gonna look into this one. Everybody knows Ativo got here by KO or like by whatever he wants, bro. Honestly, like uh, everybody knows, bro. Everybody knows. Like, come on, I don't gotta explain it. Andre Puyalev or whatever, however you say his name, isn't very good in my opinion. Like I think he's good. Like he's kind of like he has good accuracy. You feel me? Like good shit like that kind of. He's kind of like a really I feel like if I were to compare him, he's like a really shitty version of what's his name of Shara or some shit like that. You feel me? Like he's not elite. In my opinion, he's gonna get knocked the fuck out probably in like 2 rounds or 1 round. I feel like he could make it competitive a little bit, but like it's like you know what I mean. This guy will just close the distance and knock you the fuck out. So I just I'll T-ball the way by knockout for sure. Um, Umar and then Figgy. Shoot. All right, bruh. I don't even know. This one's like kind of hard because I'm not very impressed with Umar's performances ever. I was never impressed. You know, even when he fought what was it his name Sanhagen, he didn't really have that control to hold down Sanhagen. And then in Sanhagen, like I said, I think in my past video, I said that Sanhagen's like kind of overrated. And I still stand by that. I don't think Sanhagen's like a good fighter. Like, I think he's a decent fighter, but he's not like good or close to elite. And when Umar is like having wars with, you know what I mean, people like fucking Mario Bautista and what's his name, Sanhagen. You know what I mean, and gassing out with Marab is just like he's not considered elite whatsoever either, in my opinion. If he's really having like back and forth fights with those guys, obviously, I mean Marab it makes sense because Marab was champ for a while and he's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just like you know what I mean though. Like he didn't have no like. Oh, he was in there for the whole fight. Like even Sanhagen was in for the fight more than Umar, in my opinion. I think Umar by like the third round just couldn't compete, in my opinion. Um, and that's the thing about Figgy though is that Figgy's good and shit. He's kind of like not washed. He's gotten slower. I don't think he's washed either. He's kind of like in the Gaethje type of level. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh yeah, they were like at the top at one point, but now they're kind of like they still have the same skill set. If that makes sense, like they kind of get better at certain things, but just in general, like you know what I mean. They just get a decline in everything, like speed and like you know they're just not as sharp as they used to be. But I think it's gonna be a crazy take. Honestly, I'm picking Figgy, bruh. Figgy, give me Figgy by like decision, low key. Cause I think his grappling is good enough to like hold off somebody like Umar, in my opinion. I just honestly think that, and I think his striking is okay. I don't think his striking is that good, right? Like he doesn't have the volume, right? I think he's kind of more low output. But the thing about it is, I think his striking specifically is like the perfect style to beat somebody like Umar. Cause at least from what I noticed, I think Umar's kind of allergic to like right hands and shit like that. and even like looping punches in my opinion, like looping shit, kind of like Mario Bautista caught him with, or you know what I mean, like Marab's sloppy ass punch. I think he's like kind of like allergic to like that type of like strike, like just awkward striking that's kind of shitty. So I think Figgy, I think Figgy, I think Figgy could get it done by decision, but like I feel like he's just gonna end up cracking the fuck out of this dude and dropping him or some shit. I don't know why you just see Figgy doing that shit, and I actually think Figgy's really good. Like I rewatched a ton of his fights and shit, and I was just like, oh, I was kind of impressed. You know what I mean? Like he is 38, he is 38, but I don't know, something about him is just low-key impressive though. Like it's just he has a certain style about him that's like I feel like it could just beat Umar. It could just beat Umar. I just don't. I think Umar is really overrated though. Like I don't think he'll ever be champion, which is kind of a crazy take. I know there's a lot of Glazers that like him, but it's just I really don't think he's on par with like the you know what I mean elites that or have been at elite level like Figgy, because like I said, it's just Figgy's just elite, bro. He was elite at one point at least. Even if he's not at that like top tier anymore, he still like has that experience. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like, yeah, Figgy, bro. Just give me Figgy by some shit. Give me Figgy by like decision, bro. All right, Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. I think this is a good fight and shit. Like I fuck with Arnold Allen. I don't really fuck with Gene anymore. I used to fuck with him when he was coming up, but not anymore for like a lot of reasons. I won't get into why, but um uh I don't know. This one's kind of hard to pick. I would say Arnold is good and shit. Like he has the high level experience, kind of like with Gene Silva. But the thing that just separates, I think, Arnold and Gene Silva is like the power. I feel like Gene Silva just has like the style to beat someone like Arnold Allen. Because I mean, I noticed in some of his fights, he kind of like standing to get hit a little bit. He gets like hit a little too much for my liking. So I think saying Gene Silva by like low key, I think Gene Silva might like clip him, maybe TKO him or some shit. Honestly, I think Gene Silva is gonna be the one to like just chin the fuck out of this dude. So I don't know. I think Gene Silva by like some like nasty hook or some shit, like some overhand type of thing. Um, I mean, I'm not saying Arnold Allen can't get it done. I feel like Arnold Allen does have the skills to like keep it crispy and clean. You know what I mean? With like nice straight punches and shit like that. But it's like I don't think Arnold Allen just has the how do I say it? Like he just hasn't been in the cage enough to like just like deal with some like kind of like a brute, kind of like Gene Silva. He kind of goes like ape mode whenever he like you know what I mean. He starts landing a little too much. So that's what I mean. I don't think he'll handle that shit. He won't handle the pressure. So I'm gonna say Gene Silva by like KO, low key, like the KO TKO, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to say about this shit. I mean, dude. I mean, Rose is good. She was good. She has a good jab. Mm, but I can't really say. I can't even remember the last time I saw Natalia Silva fight. I think it was like I think she won by like finish or something. I don't even remember, bro. Oh no, it's been decisions. Okay, okay, bro. Oh, this is gonna be probably like a stinker, but low key, I don't know why I'm just saying. I mean, dude, it's because Rose hasn't even been good. I think she lost like 2 times in a row or some shit like that, right? Oh no, she didn't lose 2 times in a row. But Blanchfield's ass, whoever the fuck Maverick was, I don't even remember that fight. Tracy, Rebus, bruh, I don't know. I think I remember. I don't know. I remember her like having like a crispy ass jab the last couple times she's fought, but like, does that even matter at this point? Like, I feel like she's kind of washed and she doesn't have the mentality anymore. She just jabs away and just lets the decision slip away from her. I think I was saying Natalia Silva by like momentum, bro. Low key, I feel like Rose is good, and I wouldn't even be surprised if she wins. But it's just like she doesn't stick away from the jab. She looks like too scared now. I feel like she can't do anything but jab now. So I'm gonna say Rose by decision or whatever the fuck. I mean not Rose by decision. I mean Natalia by decision. My bad. Um. Ooh. Hamburger. All right. Let me see. Waldo versus Derek Lewis. I'm gonna say Loki. I'm gonna say kind of crazy take. I like Derek Lewis, but I've been on the Waldo hype train. But ever since he beat Robelis, I was like, fuck, this guy's Loki legit. So I'm fucking with Waldo, dude. Waldo just kind of has like that slickness about him, bro. You know what I mean? Like when he starts emoting and shit, he starts moving his hips and shit. That's when you see the legitness of this dude, bro. Like I'm telling you, he has like underrated. I think it's like a check hook or some shit he does, but he has underrated footwork in my opinion. Like he's just actually like his whole game is underrated. I think he low-key kind of has like that old head boxing. You know what I mean? He's kind of like that slow and steady. He uses like his jab and shit, and like that like the straight right like pretty well. But I think he's good though. His head movement's good and shit. Like I think overall he's just like a good striker. Like I actually think he's pretty underrated in the striking department. You know, and somebody like Derek Lewis, like he's good and shit. It's just I feel like at this point it's just kind of not they're not flukes when he gets a knockout. But I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of like he's had favorable-ish matchups. Like even with what was his name? What the fuck was his name, bro? There's like that fucking tall motherfucker, the Brazilian. I already forgot his name right now, bro. How am I forgetting his name? Um, bro, whatever his name is, the fucking Taliesin, bro. Fuck, I forgot his name, Taliesin. Um, I don't know. I just feel like Taliesin was kind of green, you know, throwing like the front kicks with his like chin all up in there because he's tall as fuck. But I feel like Waldo isn't that dumb. I think Waldo has like enough power to hurt him because I think Waldo's power is a little bit like a little bit iffy sometimes. Like when he lands that overhand, it's not really that strong, but like his straight is good. So I will say though, like when Waldo lands though, he starts landing clean with those jabs and shit. I think he could like low key chip out a decision to possibly a knockout as well. But like I said, the Waldo just needs to watch out for the Derek Lewis swings and shit. But I honestly think Waldo has the style to beat somebody like Derek Lewis. Like Derek Lewis kind of waddles into range, while Waldo could kind of just keep jabbing from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he could keep him away with like a jab and then his right hands every now and then. So I think I will say though, Waldo. I think I'm gonna say it's kind of crazy because everybody's saying it's gonna be a knockout guaranteed, and I don't think so. I think it's gonna be Waldo by decision, or I mean possibly knockout. I just think he's better. I think his cardio is better. I think his jabs are better. I think his speed is better. I think his timing is better. Like it's just everything about him. Like his boxing is underrated. So I will say Waldo by decision probably. I'm gonna say decision. It's kind of crazy to say, but by decision, yeah. Dude, this one's gonna hurt a lot of people, but I think it's an easy pick. I think O'Malley will get this shit done. Just solely because of the fact that he's just a way more elite striker than fucking Song Yadong. Song Yadong is not. He's a good fighter, but he's not. He's just never been elite, and he probably will never be elite. He's kind of like at that same level as like Sandhagen. If anything, he might be a little worse. The reason why is because he's way too patient. He's kind of like Sandhagen, way too patient. Like he thinks like the fight's just gonna come to him. Like he thinks he's still, you know what I mean, fighting the Frankie Edgars with shitty chins, and fighting like the Moraes or whatever the fuck that fool was, the Brazilian motherfucker that has like no chin. You know what I mean? Like they're stuck fighting those type of people. But when they get like elite level fighters, the Yans, the Morabs and shit, they can't handle. They can't figure out a way to like fucking handle just you know what I mean, like switching up the how do I say it, adjusting kind of, you know what I mean, like they don't have layers to the game. They're just like, oh, jab. I mean, for Yadong is literally just jab, a fat ass right hand, like a shitty leg kick, like a shitty double leg every now and then. Same with Sandhagen. What is it? Feinting, switching stances, just feinting the whole fight, and then just trying to have shitty takedown defense. That's it. And just brutally honest, you can't be doing that with elite level strikers. Like Yadong could probably get him down, but is he Marab? Nah, probably not. He's not gonna get no subs off of that shit. He's not Yan. He doesn't have trips. He's not crafty. He doesn't have any like craftiness to his game. Um, he has decent speed and power. Like he has power and shit. But it's like who gives a fuck when you're literally like a sitting duck. You're sitting duck when you're Sean Yadong. He's literally getting pieces up by Yan and shit. So look, Sean O'Malley, rangy, long. You know what I mean? Like that sounds gay, but like you know what I mean? Like he's way longer in his reach. Like he has. I mean, he doesn't have the craziest power ever, but he has enough power that you know what I mean. Like it still stings a little bit. He could switch stances, everything, but he actually does it right. He's not scared to like rip the body with his teeps and shit. He's not scared to like go 1-2s and shit. And this is a favorable matchup for O'Malley. He could kind of strike, you know what I mean? Since Song Yadong's like a sitting target, and he's kind of better with sitting targets, like like Cheeto. What was the other guy, Muntinho or whatever, that one fool. But who gives a fuck though? Sean O'Malley by probably whatever he wants, low key. I'm gonna say probably even TKO. I'm not gonna lie. I could see it. I could see Sean O'Malley low key is like ripping the fuck out of his face, like cutting it up and everything, and him just being like sitting there, just kind of taking it. You know what I mean? Without moving his head too much. So I'm gonna say Sean O'Malley by like TKO or decision for sure. Um, the main event, bruh. Main event. Rufus versus Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett. All right, let me see. This one's hard to pick because all right, look, because people are gonna be like kind of like they're gonna be saying like you know what I mean. Like if somebody actually ends up seeing this, Justin Gaethje, they're gonna be like, oh, Justin Gaethje's so good, so good. But like I don't think I was like I'm impressed by him. You know, he actually look. I think the more sped he's gotten is like the craftier he's been. If that makes sense. Like the more CTE he gets, it's like the smarter he gets. It kind of like wakes him up. It's kind of like reverse CTE for him. It's like they hit him harder, and every time they hit him harder, his like brain just fucking starts working more. So I think his recent performances have been actually more better than the ones from back then when he was like in his physical prime or whatever. So like, look, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it. Let's check it. Let's see. So you see, he's like clapped Fiziev, low key dropped him. I mean, Fiziev, but you guys gotta notice though. I never said this guy was elite, like hella elite. Like I think he's pretty good. He's like at the top of. Well, he's a more of an elite level than Shitty. But that's what I'm trying to get to though. These are the type of wins he's pulling out right now. Fiziev, he did drop him and shit, but Fiziev was short notice. You feel me? Max Holloway knockout, that's pretty bad. That's like, come on, bro. Everybody was expecting him to win. I mean, I wasn't. I was picking Max Holloway. You feel me? But everybody was like, Gaethje has too much power. So he didn't have enough power in that fight. I'm just gonna say that. DP, I mean, he low-key head kicked him, but like the thing about that, I feel like DP was kind of already on the fall off during that time. And it's gonna sound kind of crazy, like I'm hating on Gaethje, but I really do think that DP was kind of like on the decline after the what was that fight? I think it was the one with Dan Hooker. I feel like the fight with Dan Hooker kind of gave him hella CT, like low key, like irreversible levels of CT, in my opinion. And it's just everything from before too, like you know what I mean, getting knocked out by Michael Johnson, McGregor, um, the fucking shit like that. You know what I feel like? You feel me? Like too much CTE, and then just Gaethje was just kind of like the nail in the coffin for like his downfall. I actually really do think that Dustin was kind of like on a downfall. Like there's just too much CTE. Like I can't say more than that. I just really think it was way too much CTE. Fiziev, the first one was pretty good. That was a pretty good win, in my opinion. Um, Charles, yeah, he lost to Charles. You see, it's because when he faces elite people like Max Holloway, former champ, Charles, champ at the time, Khabib even, and I don't think Khabib's that good, but look, Khabib, um, he lost by sub or whatever. He's too elite for him. Even dude, I think his best win is actually like it's when it was like I mean, and even then that was Tony already kind of old. It was like 36 Tony, 36-year-old Tony. I think that's his best win, and he couldn't even drop the fuck out of Tony though. He didn't even knock him out clean. He could barely even hurt Tony in some exchanges. You feel me? Like I could fuck with Tony, but it's just true. Like he did get more CT out of that fight because of all the volume, but it's like there was only volume. There was no oh my god, like Gaethje has too much knockout power. It was kind of just like mid. It was a mid performance in my opinion. Check the strikes. Tony landed a shit ton too. Like he threw more, and it was still like he still looked like he was in the fight. Like they could have looked. He went the whole way. Even though I mean I didn't think it was an early stoppage, but you know what I mean though. Realistically, some refs would have kept that shit going. And I think Tony did all right. I think Tony did all right even for losing. You know what I mean? Getting more damage done on him. I still think he did good. He still dropped him and shit. Um, but that's what I mean. Every other win isn't even that important. James Vick no chin, Edson no chin, Donald Cerrone no chin. So what are we really saying here, bro? Gaethje has only fought cans up until late in his career. He got like better fighters, I guess, but they're kind of like not in their prime or just have restrictions to them. You know what I mean? Kind of like low late native. Fuck, I can't even talk. Short notice. Fiziev. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not really that impressive. And then when we look at Paddy Pimblett, of course, yeah, he's fought in pretty shit fighters. But look. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Luigi Vendramini or whatever, however you say his name, is actually an underrated win. He's not in the UFC no more. But look, if we paste this fool over here, let me just watch this shit. Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett is his last loss in the UFC. And after that, I checked his I think it's his topology. I checked. I think he got like a like in regionals. I think he's fighting in regionals now. He literally got like a win on one of these fools by what do you call it? By buggy choke and then shit like that. Like pretty good wins and shit. So I think he's an underrated win actually of Paddy's resume. I wanna go take the fucking piss. Luigi, uh, I think he's actually really good. Like let me see. I don't just pull up his topology for you guys. Uh, Let me search record. It's probably gonna pop up. Yeah, there we go. Topology. He's actually really decent though, honestly. Like even after, like this, what I mean is because they're saying, oh, he has no elite wins. He's a nobody. I'm not gonna glaze this dude. Like he is fighting kind of like cans, alright. Let's be honest. But you know what I mean. It does show you that he's not completely garbage though. Like he's not like a shit win to the point where it's like, oh, this guy fucking fell off and completely fell off, stopped doing MMA. You know what I mean? Like he can't get a win anymore. His last loss was literally elite fighters. It was Ferris ZM. He's pretty fucking good. Paddy Pimblett is pretty good. Oh shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that sounds pretty bad. I don't remember this dude. I don't know though. Doesn't fucking matter. His last two losses were against actual fighters, like good fucking fighters. Look, I mean, he is fighting cans, right? He's fighting cans. All right, buggy choke, pretty good. Ground and pound, pretty good. Punches, you know what I mean? Rear naked, you know what I mean? It seems to be pretty crafty with some grappling, you know what I mean? Even in the fight, I mean, we gave Patty like some issues with the was it a left hook? I think it was. Even when I saw that fight, I was like interested. I forgot whenever I rewatched the fight, I was like, damn, who's Luigi? I was like, who's this guy? I was kind of impressed. And you know what I mean? Like I'm so decently impressed with his performances. He's not completely shit like everybody makes him to be. You know what I mean? Also, I mean Jared Gordon. You know, it's a sort of a robbery, but like Jared Gordon is pretty good. He has decent wins on his record. He has hella robberies too. I think he has like two other robberies apart from this one, so it doesn't really, you know what I mean? Doesn't change the fact that he's like a good fighter though. Leave it. I don't think I remember Leave It being that good. Kazula Vargas. I don't think I remember him too well. But like I said though, he did have a look. That was I think honestly look. I don't think it was Patty's issue this fight. I think Tony just locked the fuck in for that training camp with what's his name with David Goggins and shit. His cardio looked better than it usually does. He looked in good shape actually. He looked in really good shape. Like he was almost looking like you know what I mean? Like the Tony we're used to in my opinion. I think Tony did pretty good on that fight, even off of his back also did good. Like people forget that he's kinda good at jujitsu, you know what I mean? Like he's not like a you know what I mean? He's not just like a striker. Like people forget that Tony actually has pretty decent jujitsu. I mean he lasted all the way with Charles and shit. Like prime Charles on the come up when he was hungry. So that's what I'm trying to get to. Tony is okay, like an underrated fighter nowadays. Like everybody's oh Tony's overrated. Like nah, he was crafty as fuck. So like you gotta give Patty like the credit here. Like Tony trained for that training camp. Like he thought he was really gonna come back after that. Um, but that's what I'm trying to get to though. Tony was, you know what I mean? He did good. Like he was doing good his whole career. Even all the losses, they weren't horrible losses. Like he still dropped. I think what's his name? Bobby Green. He still dropped them. He still dropped Gaethje. He still had a competitive or decently like competitive fight with a few of these fighters. Even with Patty. Like you know what I mean? I thought he had a pretty good fight with Patty. Like he wasn't horrible. Bobby Green, he shot like a fucking takedown or whatever the fuck. But Bobby Green just got another win. Like, that's not a horrible win. Like, he did kind of outstrike the guy, with his hands down. But that's what I mean. That's like his style. He still managed to do that. Michael Chandler, he's not that good. I will say Michael Chandler. I mean, he has like two wins. It was Dan Hooker and Tony. I mean Tony's a decent win. Like even in that fight, I'm pretty sure Tony was outstriking him. But that's what I'm trying to get to though. Michael Chandler, you know what I mean? He's trying to adapt to like the newer style of MMA without brawling as much, but it just doesn't seem to be the case. You know what I'm saying? But I think Patty showed a lot of good shit in that fight. He showed some decent wrestling. He showed ability to get back up from the ground. He showed like his dominance with like certain what do you call it, like positions. Like he gets he's like hella efficient. Like he's not really like an aggressive type of grappler. He's efficient with it. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll get in positions that control you and shit. Try to find a sub, you know what I mean? Do clean transitions every now and then whenever he feels like he can, you know what I'm saying? With like Bobby Green, he got him into some crazy transitions. Like not even Islam did him that dirty in my opinion. That's what I'm trying to say. Patty's a little bit underrated. Like if he clinches up, manages to knock Gaethje off balance, which Gaethje's balance isn't even that good. Like you know what I mean? In the Khabib fight, he was like overthrowing and shit. I think also in the Charles fight. um Physique fight. He was getting into an inverted triangle. That's what I'm trying to say though. I'm not saying Paddy Pimblett's like this different force we've never seen, but I always thought that he had enough of he was, you know what I mean? It's kind of going back to the same convo. I was saying what's his name? I think his name was Hernandez or whatever, the other dude that's fighting under this card or whatever. I was saying that he's not specifically good in one area. I think Paddy's actually pretty good in a decent amount of areas, low key. But like he like excels in them. Look, his striking is efficient. It doesn't look that good, but his striking is efficient. When he gets you hurt, he does throw like weird shit. You'll throw like a flying knee, like that little switch kick bullshit thingy, like the little flying switch kick, whatever it's called. But that's what I mean. He's efficient with the striking. Like he has ugly looking striking, but he has effective kicks. He has like shitty boxing, but it seems to tie in correctly. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Drickus. Like he just has like that shitty style, but it just makes it work. His grappling is his strongest suit though. His grappling is actually good. His transitions are good. His subs are good. Like go look at his footage in Cage Warriors. I think it was like a he got on his back when he was standing or whatever, but he just kept doing crazy shit. His transitions are actually like pretty elite, and that's what I mean. But I don't think he's like he's not looking like he's not aggressively looking for the sub though. I don't know how to explain it. If you give him if you give him those positions where you know what I mean, where he just excels at, like he'll just fucking transition and sub you. And that's what I mean. It's like different from Charles, but it's still like he's still a good grappler. But I'm saying Paddy Pimblett by Loki by sub. I don't even care Loki by sub. Paddy by sub. Honestly, I mean I could say good stuff about Gaethje. Like I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm just saying that I'm just gonna go with the hard statement and say Paddy. I think by sub because Gaethje has no experience with. I don't know. It literally seems like he doesn't fucking train for some reason. He doesn't train like getting out of positions and shit and getting. You know what I mean? Like just straight up just raw jujitsu. Like he has decent wrestling takedown defense and shit like that, but he doesn't seem to have like that factor where I'm like, oh shit, like he won't get subbed in 5 rounds. Like you know what I mean? Like against Fizivo, he tipped over. He tries to do that rolling bullshit, but it's just like that's just bad when you have like an actual somebody like a dude who actually knows how to do jujitsu. Like you know what I mean? He has judo tosses against the cage. I don't think those judo tosses will ever come in. Again, but that's what I'm trying to say. Patty has like good leverage, and people don't really seem to notice that. But I'm saying that I think Patty is he's just on the same level as Gaethje. Like he's not hella elite, but he's good enough. You know what I mean? They're both good enough to hang with the top like top contenders. They're like good enough to hang with them. It's just the same thing with Gaethje, but I just think Gaethje is better in other areas. Like, he's better at striking, but like, is the striking gonna really matter if like Patty's gonna be wanting to clinch up most of the time? I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be wanting to clinch. And you know what I mean? Justin's chin kind of has dwindled a little bit. I think his chin used to be better back in his days, but um, I don't know. I just think Patty, like I said, just kind of has enough of the style to beat Gaethje. So I don't know. I don't think you're like I said. I don't think anybody's wrong for picking Gaethje. He just doesn't excel at the same shit that Patty does, and I think Patty just has a fresher chin. You know what I mean? Fresher, more fresh body. Like his body's not as hurt as Gaethje's. Um, he has decent power. I don't know. They both have like similar power. Like I think Patty kind of throws more into them, but like Justin's just a little bit cleaner with it. But Justin does have overrated power. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't think the factor here is gonna be power. It's just gonna be how do I say it? I think the power really just gonna like you know what I mean. It's gonna not really be like a crazy factor because I think Justin could still get hurt from Patty, and then I think Patty could still get kind of hurt from Justin. So I'll just leave it how it is. You feel me? Like the power doesn't matter that much. The striking obviously goes to Gaethje. The efficiency, I feel like overall will probably go to Patty though. I think Patty just has a more efficient game, like I said, with the striking and the jiu-jitsu, I guess. Um, I think that's my final pick though. Patty uh by sub, low key by sub. I don't know why I'm feeling a sub from Patty again. So I'm gonna say Patty, O'Malley, Waldo, Natalia Silva, Jean, Figgy, Atiba, Modescus or Modestus, whatever the fuck you say his name. Charles Johnson, Michael Johnson, Josh Hokett, Ricky Tercios, and then Ty Miller. That's my picks for this shit. If y'all want me to break down the card again or like any card, well, I mean, fuck it. I'll see if I could fucking get it done. I don't even know. Last time I said I'm gonna hop on my shit, but feel me, I didn't. So just let me know if you guys want me to like do more. I didn't get any fucking views on the other video, so fuck, it was a little bit harder for me to like want to do another one. But you know what I mean? If I end up getting at least like a like fucking couple views, like some 5 views or some shit, or like 2 likes, I'll make another video. Just I'm not trying to give you guys no bullshit. These are all good picks in my opinion. You know, we got Paddy and shit. So let me know though later.